Hey, Matt Jernigan with Keller Williams Professionals in Asheville, North Carolina. Pretty excited about today. We've got a couple great people to talk to you about some of the things going on with Keller Williams, both on a national level and the local level here. Jeff Stewart, our CEO, team leader, and Kelsey Simmons, a new agent with Keller Williams and the ambassador for our equity task force. What they're going to be talking about is this really big goal that Keller Williams has come out and announced. We recognize that the real estate industry has disproportionately impacted persons of colors over not just the last number of years, but generations. And we've decided that since we're a large player in that sphere, we want to step up and start to be part of the solution in that. So the discussion we're having is a pretty big goal. We've set out a 5-year goal to impact 100,000 lives. That's 10,000 new homeowners every year, 5,000 youth impacted through Quantum Leap, which is a mindset and financial empowerment program directed through Keller Williams, and 5,000 new agents into the industry. There's a lot of details and moving parts to this goal, but we know if we can impact 20,000 lives per year for the next 5 years, we'll hit our big number of 100,000. So I'm looking forward to hearing this discussion between Jeff and Kelsey. We love you.
Welcome, everybody. We're Jeff Stewart here with Keller Williams Professionals in Asheville, North Carolina. Got Kelsey Simmons with me.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good. So my name's Jeff, and I currently act as the CEO. We call it a team leader in the Keller Williams world. And the reason we're taking a minute to shoot a video today is we wanted to call some attention to the equity task force that we're working on and what Keller Williams is doing on a national level and both the local level. So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so once again, my name is Kelsey Simmons, and I am actually a pretty brand new agent. Been in the business for about 4 months. I'm from Asheville, North Carolina originally. And upon joining Keller Williams, I found out about this awesome social equity task force that we've been starting. And my predecessor, Eddie Donnelly, was the social equity ambassador of that. And now he's passed on that awesome role to me. And so I've been able to really see what Keller Williams is doing within social equity, and it's been really great achieving the goals that we have set. And I'm really excited to talk about those goals that we have today.
That's awesome. So let's start big. So let's maybe go 30,000 feet. So Keller Williams as a company, so biggest real estate franchise in the States right now, highest number of agent count, and I think probably the most impactful thing for me from a leadership level was we got this really intense statement from Gary Keller that just said, look at this. This is important, and I want you guys to stop and pivot around it. We're all independently owned and operated in the Keller franchise model, but to have the founder and owner of the franchise come and say this is important was pretty good for me. It really made me stop. Like, okay, we need to pay attention to this.
Right.
So tell me what is Keller doing at a national level, and why is it important?
Yeah, of course. So Keller Williams, on a national level, after George Floyd, there was really a great statement by Gary Keller saying that we are against, the discrimination, police brutality, and so we want to do something about it. And so basically, Keller Williams created a social equity task force, not only on a local level, which is what we're doing, but on a national level as well. So all Keller Williams is basically doing is putting this in place so that we can create more social equity within real estate and impact the Black community through that. And so the main goal that we have is on a national level, they want to raise, I believe, $100,000 in the first year of doing this. And that $100,000 is essentially going to impact 20,000 Black families. Nice. And within those 20,000 Black families, the main objective is to make sure that 10,000 of those Black families have access and have the education and knowledge to get towards home ownership. And then the 5,000, another 5,000 of those people, Black people, would be helped into real estate professions.
Okay, so helping them into
the business, helping them navigate it, things of that sort. And then the last 5,000 would be for the youth. And so this is specifically 16 to 24-year-olds would be impacted by the mentorship programs that Keller Williams puts into place.
What kind of mentorship program? Hold on.
Awesome Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
Yes. I actually participated in this program as well. And there was just so much rich and powerful information that really like puts you on the track to success. Ultimately, it doesn't even have to be related to real estate. And that's what I love about it. It's that it gives youth basically the tools to create that successful life that they want and know how to do that, you know, in terms of time management, having all the skills, the resources, the professionalism, all that is taught in Quantum Leap. And it's just really helpful for our youth to experience that.
That's great. So we had 100,000 people that we want to impact, people of color specifically. And you said 5,000 new agents, like getting people into the business of that, right?
Yes.
We got Quantum Leaps, another 5,000. What else do we have? 10,000 first-time homeowners.
First-time homeowners.
What else is in there?
So that's kind of like the broad scope. And then there's a lot of pieces underneath that big umbrella of affecting those 20,000 families. So that's really, so the pathway to homeownership is the step. And basically there's so much that goes into homeownership. Yeah. We know that. There's credit, there's budgeting, there's figuring out where you want to live, you know, different loans that you have to figure out and navigate. So basically, and I don't want to, you know, go too in detail locally yet, but basically what we want to do is provide the keys and the tools for those 10,000 Black families to be able to know how to get to home ownership.
That's amazing.
Yes. And then for the families that for the ones that we would like to get into the real estate professions, that is where the Awesome REAP program comes in and having other local programs like that to help.
That's awesome. So, all right, so we got this happening at a corporate level.
Yes.
And then so I know, but just for to share, what are we doing on a local level?
Yes.
Because we've got this like big franchise attention to it, but on a local level, what are the accomplishments either we've had or what are we looking at in 2021?
Right. So, we can go ahead and start off with the mentor. So the mentor program is going very well. So basically what we're doing is the social equity task force on a local level with the mentorship side of it is making sure we keep those Quantum Leap programs going, making sure we're connecting to as many, groups that basically help Black youth, such as My Daddy Taught Me That, or, you know, Big Brothers, Big Sisters. We're trying to pull Black youth in from the community so that they can participate in these programs and get that information as early as possible. And then for helping Black professionals get into real estate, that's where the REAP program comes in. Okay. And so that was started by Dewana Little. Okay. And basically what she wanted to do is she wanted to help Black agents get started in the business by waiving their first year of fees.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
real estate. So there's a lot of barriers to entry to real estate. So it can be expensive.
Yeah.
That's what we know. So in the first year, you're probably looking at $2,200 ish to get into the business.
Right.
And with this REAP program, you're saying that we're bringing people of color in and we're actually covering those costs for the first year. Right. That's the intent of the program.
Yes. That's awesome. That's the intent of the program. Because like you said, that can definitely be a huge barrier. Yeah. You know? And so that's an awesome program that we have started in terms of helping people get into the business. And we've already had successes and testimonials that we'll be sharing with everyone so they can really hear about how much it's been impacting everyone. So, and then we have the
REAP, we got Quantum Leap, and then, what?
Yes. And lastly, the last piece of it, which is helping these families get to home ownership. Okay. Which is something that's really important for Asheville, seeing how it is coined as the second fastest gentrifying city in the country right now. Oh,
wow. Is it?
Yes, it is. And so basically the Black population in 2010 was 13%. Right now in 2020, it's 6%.
So it's gone from 13 to 6%.
Yes. And so it's speeding up very quickly. Right. And so we're trying to see what we can do as a task force to keep diversity within Asheville and still have Black home ownership. So basically, what we're doing in the community in terms of home ownership, a big part of it is education.
Okay.
That is a very big part of it. You know, when I'm out in the Black community trying to figure out how we can increase home ownership, a lot of it is just people don't know where to start.
That's right.
You know, people really don't know where to start at all. And it's really foundational. Like, you have to make sure you have enough money saved up.
Yep.
You have to make sure your credit is good. You have to make sure, you know where you're going to live, because sometimes that can, based on that, can determine what type of loan you get.
Of course.
So things of that sort. So what we would like to do is we want to reach out to as many, I would say, just resources to where we can, pair somebody up with a budgeting class or a credit class or things of that sort. And some of the things that I've been doing in the community is I meet with other Black professionals that are already out here doing it. And it's really just all about connecting with as many Black professionals as you can, so you can create that stronger community.
That's right.
And
I'll say what I'm seeing is the more attention we're bringing to it, it's allowing people to say, hey, this is a Black family-owned business, and I want to support that. And by identifying those in our conversation, it's allowed us to create some more support and some direct intention around what businesses are we using, and helping empower those people, and encouraging people to get into real estate with conversations about, like, we did a financial empowerment class, right, that was open to anybody, but specifically we were looking to serve Black families and have those conversations. Right. And I think that's all part of it locally, is if we can get in those conversations, then we can absolutely lower those barriers and at least start that as part of the process.
Right, exactly. And a lot of it is lowering those barriers, which is very important. And another thing that we have in the works is creating kind of a professionals event. It's kind of like basically, so we want to invite Black professionals to this event, and it's going to be kind of a networking event, but also, a meet and greet. So basically, we want to invite Black professionals, but it doesn't have to be just Black professionals. Like you said, we want to open it up to the community so we can have as many resources as possible. But a huge part of that is getting as much of the Black community that, does want to reach that goal of home ownership, or wants to know about what other opportunities are out there just in terms of careers or anything of that sort. Say you invite a Black real estate attorney, and you have a youth that want to do that. Not only are they going to learn how to navigate that process and how to best get to that career, but they also see somebody that looks like them.
That's right.
Yeah. They see somebody that looks like them that they can actually look up to, and they're like, wow, I can actually do that, And one thing that I've found is, specifically in Asheville, majority of the Black people here live in public housing. So they're not seeing attorneys go to work. They're not seeing doctors go to work. They're not seeing, congressmen go to work. They're not seeing all of this, strong foundational people and that they can look up to. And so the more and more that we can foster that into their community, into their lives, that is going to be a huge impact on their life.
That's great. Well, you have a unique position being a real estate agent, right? And you're having some success. You have a listing coming up, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's about literally getting out, introducing people to have those conversations and ask, what does it take to do that?
Right.
And then what are the programs available that we can use to maybe get there?
Right.
You may or may not need it, but what's available, what's in the toolbox?
Right.
So that's what I'm most excited about in the Keller Williams world on a local level.
Yes.
We're doing stuff.
Yes.
Right? And
yes.
It's really, I'm proud of it, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
It feels good, and it will make an impact to the community. We just got to stick with it and invite people to ask the questions.
Yes.
Like, if you think you can't be a real estate agent,
right,
you don't know that.
Right. Exactly.
Learn a little bit more about it, and see if there's some mentorship or some ways to get into that conversation.
Right.
And are you a point person for those conversations? Like, if somebody has a question or what?
For sure.
You're open to that? Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll post in the description some links so people can get in touch with you and say, hey, what are the things coming up in 2021 that I could get involved in to just learn a little bit more about it.
Okay.
So I think that's probably the first step.
Yes.
Just what is it? How do I do it? And what does it look like to be a real estate agent? Because
right.
there's a lot of crazy ideas about how great it is.
Right.
And there are great parts of it.
There is.
Right, but it takes a lot of hard work.
It takes a lot of hard work,
Right.
exactly. And I think one thing that really helped me was actually having a mentor that, one, looked like me, and two, could help me navigate the process, you
That's
know?
right.
So I feel like that's really where that community comes in, you know? Not only in Keller Williams, but even outside of the community. Like, we all have to just help each other.
That's great.
Really. So
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate it. So you're
Yeah.
4 months in the biz. You got a listing coming up. You have been participating in all the equity movement stuff. I would say that just as a person, like literally pushing forward and
Yes.
grinding,
Yes.
I want to tell you that, we're totally proud of you and supporting you and looking
Thank
forward to
you.
your trajectory, because I want to look back on this video
thank you.
and laugh about it, right? Like,
Yeah.
remember when?
Yes,
And
exactly.
I'm excited about that part. So
Yeah.
we'll post links on what we have coming up in 2021. And if you have interest, or if you have particular passions in the community, specific to equity or even not, it's a great opportunity to reach out to us and say,
Yes.
what do you have going on, and how can I be part of it? Inside or outside the real estate realm,
Right.
we want to be part of good work.
Yes, good work for sure. And like the whole point of this is creating social equity,
That's right.
not only within real estate, but within the community as well. And Asheville can really start that movement.
That's
Like
right.
we really can, and Keller Williams can start that movement. So I'm super excited about everything we have on the horizon and everything we've done. And I'm just really grateful that we have so many awesome people working on this.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So.
Now, keep in mind, if you are out there and you have kids, this is a free class. It's something that we offer. I think we'll be doing it probably quarterly.
Yes.
That's something, please send your children to.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's a huge, I've heard big impact stories about it, and it's something that we can give back to the community. So please, please
for
do
sure.
send your kids. We'll take good
Send
care
your
of them.
kids, yeah. If you want to, they'll be there all day.
That's awesome. Thanks, Kelsey.
Yeah,
and
thank
you,
you.
do you have some contact information? I'm going to throw it out there.
Yeah.
If somebody's
yeah.
looking to buy,
Send it
sell, or
out
invest,
there.
I think you'd be willing to help
Yeah,
them.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
All right,
so.
good. So we'll post that contact information as well. If you have
Awesome.
questions about the industry, or you're looking
Awesome.
to buy, sell, or invest, I'm sure that you'd be
Oh, yeah.
happy to talk to
No,
someone.
not at all. I don't want any business.
Right.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right.